You shouldn't have taken my sheep.
3, 2, 1, bro.
What's up, everybody? My name is Michael E. Murphy, and I'm here with another Metagame Minute. And what am I talking about? What was that super ugly crying all about? You tell me. No, I'll tell you instead. That's how this segment works. It's a one-way street type of thing. And I'm talking about taking stuff personal in games. And I'm curious if you have an issue with that. And an example would be something like Settlers of Catan, where there can really be... you could, if you want, you could be a meanie. You could be a meanie weenie. And that might be a strategy to not negotiate with people, to make people pay a bunch of stuff to steal people's resources. There's a lot of stuff you can do that might be considered not very nice. And I'm curious if you ever take things personal. An example would be where someone does something in a game that maybe seemingly targets you over someone else. And rather than you just letting it go, you decide, all right, it's on. You and me. I could care less if I win, but I got a date tonight. My fist, your face, appointment now. Bing, bing. Something like that. I don't typically take things super personal during games. It's not something that I struggle with, unless someone seem to go out of their way to continually target one person. I don't really have much of an issue with that. I've played games of Settlers of Catan where people just said all right, well, now it's on. You're never getting a piece of wood again the rest of the game, sucker. You know what I mean? And I'm just curious, do you take stuff personal? Do you feel personally attacked if someone does something that negatively affects you? As I am sure y'all know, Nick and I are not particularly confrontational gamers. We don't seek out games that are really in your face and conflict heavy. And I think part of it is that I just don't ever want someone to think that I'm targeting them while we play a game. I always do, in something like Terraforming Mars, there are some cards that are kind of aimed at other players. I always play gonna play an asteroid now, and you lose some plans. Sorry. And it's it's part of the game. But I just don't ever want them to think that's a personal thing, because it ain't. It's just me trying to win the game, and if I could do it without doing something specifically to other people, I will always try to do that. That's just how I roll. It probably makes me a slightly less good board gamer in terms of win-loss, but I think it makes me a slightly better gamer in terms of once the game ends, you have to look this person in the eye and be able to smile at them and not want to kill each other. So that is that. I'm curious, do you take things personal? Do you ever specifically target someone to get revenge? Or do you just let stuff, roll right off you because that's just part of the game, and sometimes things are going to happen and people have to come for you, and it's just a friendly sportsmanship, I'll get you back, stuff like that. So just remember, folks, that whether or not you go hell on earth for this person for the one tiny little thing they did that really isn't their fault because they didn't design the game, it's just part of the game, or whether or not you're just super zen and chill and you're like, dude, just use me for whatever you need. I'm your giving tree. The more meta, the more beta still.
Such a cool video, right? There's jokes, and I know what happened in this one for sure. So because of that, check out Restoration Games. They sponsor us, and there's info for them in the description below. There's also more things where I'm doing funny stuff. Sometimes Nick is funny, because I've seen all these